Paul, what are your plans for next year at the railway?
Well, obviously the immediate plans are for Preston in January, but ongoing at the moment is the bridge construction for the Northern Relief Road bypass of Sittingbourne. We're sort of cut off at the moment for the construction period because they're going to build a bridge over the line, and it's much easier for them to take control, build the bridge, relay the line, and then we'll reopen after that, hopefully at least. Obviously we're going to continue the negotiations because we'd like to return to Sittingbourne Viaduct as soon as possible, and failing that, Milton Regis for a short period, but we'd much rather go all the way back to Sittingbourne Viaduct. And we're pretty determined that we really, really want to run passenger trains in this 40th year of public operation, because until 1970 the public actually hadn't really been able to have a look round the paper mill railway, and it would be nice to bring it back. So that's something that we're definitely working on really hard with the negotiations. We've also got loads of work to do down the railway to get it up and running in time, and we're doing the usual model railway exhibitions and open days at other steam railways. And I've started a podcast which is available through Facebook at the moment, but basically the version that's online at the moment is like a sneak preview version, and then I'll be launching it fully next year.
Paul, what is actually happening at Preston?
Okay, well, Preston is actually a very, very tiny village near Wingham, Canterbury, and they've got a company there called Preston Services who do a lot of work on traction engines and anything steam, and they're having a bit of a steam up, so there'll be traction engines there, showman's engines I would imagine, pumping engines, and anything steam is likely to be there and puffing away, including Amelia and Coach 647, who will be going up and down the demonstration line there, taking passengers for rides up and down the field. It will be absolute great fun, but I'm sure it will be really cold. If it's been like it has the last few days, it will be very cold, so make sure you wear warm clothes. But we'll be running down there on Saturday the 2nd and Sunday the 3rd of January from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. And this will be your last chance really for a trip behind Melia off the railway. It's the first time in over 60 years that the loco's been out the railway. It was delivered fresh to the railway and stayed there all its career until last June. She's had a bit of a holiday, but now we need her back. So she's going to do this weekend, the 2nd and 3rd of January, and then head back to Kemsley Down in preparation for hopefully eventually getting back to Sittingbourne or Milton or both at some time in 2010.
Well, if our listeners are interested, how can they get involved?
Well, we're always looking for members, and membership is quite cheap. It's especially cheap at the moment because obviously we've got no trains to take you on, so the free travel side of it has been taken out to make it even more value for money. Full details are available from our website, which is www.sklr.net. Then join up, get your membership card, and then phone someone from the railway. All the details will be with the letter, but you'll be able to phone the railway and say, I'd like to come down for a work weekend because we'd love to see you down there, and come down and get dirty and have a bit of fun, probably get wet because it always seems to rain at some point during a work weekend, and help us get the railway back up and running, ready for the return of trains. But we have done so much work this year, and it's all voluntary labour, and we've just got to be so thankful for all our brilliant members who do give up a day or a weekend to come down to the railway and chip in and dig and saw, but anything that is needed doing, we'll give you training. So don't worry if you don't know how to use any tools. We can give you all the training you need.
First, if you could just refresh our listeners on your next event at Preston for us, Paul.
Yeah, the Preston event on the 2nd and 3rd of January from 10 o'clock in the morning till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. For more information on that, probably the best place to go is the Preston Services website, which is www.prestonservices, which is one word, .co.uk, and there's a bit of information on there and how to get there, because it can be quite awkward to find.
Right.
If you go to the middle of nowhere, turn left and on a bit, you'll find it. And for the railway, you can see our website at www.sklr.net. I think the phone lines are still attached, but we're not really putting anything out on the phones because we're not really sure what's going on. So the best place to look for information is the railway website. We've also got a Facebook page, so if you do a search for Sittingbourne and Kemsley Light Railway, you should be able to find us on Facebook. And I'm on, there's photos on Flickr which you can get to through Facebook, so you can see what you've been missing. Particularly this last year, nearly all the work for weekend photos on Flickr. And I'm also on Twitter, plug in the railway where I can, and you can find me on Twitter as Stopham, which is capital S, and then all the rest is lowercase. It's TOPEM, and you'll find me on there, usually talking about the railway and plugging the different things that are going on, work weekends and Preston. So yeah, you'll find us out and about, and of course the podcast is coming up. That at the moment the audio only version is available to download or listen to through the Facebook page. There's a link on there, but there's also coming soon, hopefully, I'll be sending it up to iTunes for it to come out on the iTunes store, and then you'll be able to subscribe to it, and it'll be a monthly podcast, all going well, from January.
Paul, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along and speaking to us this evening.
No problem, thanks for having me here.
That's Paul Best from the Sittingbourne and Kemsley Light Railway here at the Monday Night Community Show this evening.